Hi, this is Session Shetty here. Today I'm going to be talking about buckwheat. Now firstly, buckwheat has absolutely no relation whatsoever to wheat or the wheat family in general. It's probably closer to something like, I've forgotten, like rhubarb, I think. But most importantly, when you're getting buckwheat, it needs to be unroasted, not heated, in its raw, natural form as a seed, and when you buy it like that, it's really, really cheap. It's not expensive to buy at all. And then soaking it probably for 24 hours. Firstly, buckwheat has eight essential amino acids, which is great, and also has a decent amount of tryptophan in it. And tryptophan is a precursor for serotonin. Now serotonin is the chemical released by the brain that keeps you in a good, happy sort of mood. And the problem is, I think people go through life with such irregular eating and eating with no nutrition that they're constantly looking for that serotonin hit. So the feel-good foods and the comfort foods, which are the refined, sugary, starchy foods, do rush the blood sugar, which makes the brain release serotonin, which makes you feel good. But it's always short-lived. It's never a constant flow and supply of serotonin to the body, which keeps you in a good, productive state. So having foods that provide, say, like tryptophan and fill your body with vitamins and nutrients always help that constant supply of serotonin in your body to help keep you feeling good. So buckwheat's a really, really good source of that. Another thing about buckwheat, it's got a good amount of calcium and good B vitamins and some vitamin C too. But I think one of the great elements it's got in it is manganese, and manganese is great for energy production. Well, it's good for energy production in the sense that it's a very important element in helping to metabolize fats and proteins. So proteins to help rebuild the body, and fats to burn sugar rather than using, fats to burn as energy rather than using sugar to burn as energy all the time, making you have those sugar hits all the time. So now sprouting, you're still going to get a lot of nutrition out of cooking buckwheat, so by all means cook buckwheat in comparison to rice or other grains or wheat or oats or all that sort of things if you are one of the cooked food people. But when you sprout buckwheat, firstly sprouting buckwheat, you've got to soak it overnight, probably 24 hours, and you've got to rinse it a hell of a lot, probably about 5, 6, 7 times, because a lot of stuff comes out of it, and a lot of starch and all of those chemicals come out of it too, and all of the enzyme inhibitors and things like that. So the first 24 hours is probably the most important on rinsing it out constantly. But then I find that with sprouting buckwheat, it's better to keep it away from the sun and away from direct sunlight, and it seems to grow a lot better. The best way to tell the growth of buckwheat, or any sprout for that matter, is the length of its tail. So this buckwheat that I've been doing over about 3-4 days has really come good. It's got really long tails, which is great, and when you do that to any seed or nut or whatever, the digestibility of it is like times by 5 and 6, and a lot more nutrition comes out of it, and it's a lot better for the body and absorbs better and goes through you better, and the fiber is a lot more active in you and helps clean you out better. So I've done a real lot at the moment here because I do have a dehydrator at the moment, so with stuff like this, you're able to soak and sprout it and then dehydrate it. And when you dehydrate things like this, they're good for about 6 months. If you seal them in a container, you can hold on to them for 6 months, so they're always ready to be used. I'm probably going to be adding this to maybe some quinoa, some agave, maybe some dates, some other grains, pseudo grains. This is actually, it's not a real grain as fact. It looks like a grain, but it's actually a seed. So we call those ones that seem to look like grains pseudo grains. So I'm going to add it and turn it into a granola and maybe have a cereal for the first time in forever, because I usually only do a shake for breakfast, so that's sort of exciting to do it with an almond milk or something like that. So yeah, I'm just rinsing it out quite thoroughly, getting my hands into it, and yeah, I'll put this in the dehydrator soon. I can't imagine it taking much longer than overnight to dehydrate. Giving it a good shake and wiping out all the water. But yeah, buckwheat's another great thing about buckwheat is it does not have a real distinct taste at all. It's more on the neutral side. So because it's got a good amount of vitamins and nutrients and the tryptophan and the manganese in it, it's just a great addition to any food, and it goes into so many different foods and blends in so well, so nutritiously, without really making an impact on the taste, because a lot of people out there are really deterred by the taste of things, even if they know it's good for them. So buckwheat's one of those that remains neutral, and you can really do anything with it, add it into any meal, and it will give you a decent amount of nutrition. Like I said, even if you cook it, you'll still get a good amount of nutrition as compared to sprouting it, which is 10 times better. But still, if you're beginning, then go for the cooking instead of cooking millet or oats porridge or all those other things, brown rice, white rice, all those other grains. Anyway, until next time, I'll hopefully be showing you my coconut curry soon and talking a lot about coconut, because coconut's one of the biggest superfoods. So until then, bye.